listening to Anja Asks Anybody. And in that spirit of asking totally anybody, I was going to interview myself this week. And then I made the mistake of telling my husband. And he said, don't interview yourself on your own show. Ask Victoria.
Ask Victoria.
And so here Victoria is, my husband's best friend.
Best friend.
And also my friend. And also a good fill-in when you're considering spending 29 minutes asking and answering questions of yourself.
I want to listen to that show.
I'll still do it in the future, but just not this week. But this week we have Victoria. And one thing that has come to my attention, Victoria, is I'm aware that you have a large mullein plant.
Yes.
On your property.
Yes.
And do you want to describe a mullein plant for our listeners?
Oh my gosh. Okay. A mullein plant is a plant. It's very tall. It's got like probably 100, maybe 1,000 flowers on it. It's this tall spike that you can light on fire and use as a torch. It has leaves that are big and soft that you could use as toilet paper.
That's what I was going to ask you about. I was like, so I've heard it compared to 3-ply.
3-ply?
Toilet paper. Have you used mullein leaves to cleanse yourself?
No, I have not, but I'm tempted.
Right.
The thought has crossed my mind, like so many people. What if I just grew a whole front yard of mullein,
especially
to supply myself with this
ever a situation like we saw at the beginning of the pandemic where people were ransacking the toilet paper supply.
I could have been ransacking my mullein supply if I had prepared. Now,
if you pick the mullein leaves and they dry out, are they still a soft 3-ply or
no, totally degraded, crunchy.
Okay. So you need
smokable.
So you need mullein plants year round in order to utilize them as toilet paper.
Right. So what I could do, I could have the front yard with the mullein, the toilet paper front yard for the good time of the year, like May through whatever now. Mm-hmm. And then the bad time of the year, I'll have mullein growing in the garage or maybe the basement under grow lights.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think? Probably.
I think you need a lot of mullein if you use the bathroom every day and you're only using mullein.
Right.
You need a lot of mullein.
Well, we have to start small. Replace some of the toilet paper with the mullein. Let me tell you, these leaves are really big.
You said that they are smokable as well.
Right. Yes. Many people talk about smoking mullein.
Why would they do that? Does it do something to you, or is it just aromatic?
So I've heard people say that it helps with allergies or asthma.
In smoke form? Wouldn't that make it worse?
I'm not sure. Anyway, I smoked it, and I didn't like it. I don't particularly recommend it. I don't have allergies or asthma, though, so
yes,
can't tell you what the benefits would have been,
And you said that you can light it like a firecracker?
Firecracker, like exploding
mullein?
I'm just going to say, yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so no. Okay. If you could spend a day as an insect, which one would you choose and why?
That's such a good question.
Thank you.
Normally I have issues with insects, but this year I've been trying to understand them a little better. So I've been looking at a lot of insects in my yard. And
who's out there?
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many ants and bees and moths and aphids.
You cannot still have a tenderness in your heart for aphids, being the gardener that you are.
Look, though, I wouldn't call it tenderness, but I did notice some really, really tiny, cool-looking aphids, like tiny red microscopic dots. And I thought that was pretty cool.
That they can be so small.
So tiny.
And so red.
Scampering around endlessly. But you know what? If I was an insect, I would probably be a bee, because they look like they have so much fun just poking around those flowers relentlessly, getting the nectar, making the honey. Like the whole thing just sounds like glorious.
Yeah, and you like to work a lot.
Yeah.
You like to keep busy.
Yeah.
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 I could see
and
that.
And I'm pretty chill, but like if someone steps on me, I'm going to sting them, you know.
Yeah, well, one must.
Right.
What are your thoughts on coleslaw?
Oh no. You've been talking to someone, haven't you?
So when my husband suggested his best friend come onto this show, I did ask Blaine, is there any question I should ask Victoria particular?
Off limits topics, right?
So is coleslaw an off limit topic?
Off limit topic.
Okay. Well, I will get into it. I will say my own opinion of coleslaw is that I'm not a big fan of it. In fact, I'm not really a big fan of any cold mayonnaise and sugar salad.
Okay, so I didn't know that there's sugar in coleslaw, but that makes sense.
I think I would like it better if there wasn't, and I think it is an option to make it that way. But in general, I'm not really a fan of cold mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise is just unspeakable.
I like it in a BLT, but not in most. I do like tuna salad.
I'll give you that.
But all other instances of mayonnaise are
they're really offensive.
They are.
Yeah. We don't need to mince words.
I think you see it the same way I do. Most people don't.
Yeah. You're probably the only person I've met who understands the mayo situation.
Well, there was one other person I met, and she told me that, and this is a broad, sweeping assumption that I do not think is true, because I've seen plenty instances to prove otherwise, and forgive me for saying so, but she told me that Italians do not like cold mayonnaise food.
I don't think they have mayonnaise over there.
Yeah.
Do they? Like, I never.
But I was like, oh, perhaps this is the Italian in me that does not like...
Italians, we have the olive oil.
Yeah.
And the seasonings. That's all. You don't need the mayonnaise. You don't need all that.
And I know you're about as Italian as I am, which is only
just
somewhat.
A tiny fraction. Yes. It's more of a mentality. It's a mayonnaise mentality.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I do appreciate you bringing up coleslaw.
I know it's a difficult
triggering.
topic.
It's triggering. But we got through it.
Yes. What are your hands working on this week?
Well, what are my hands working on? Let's see. I have been playing with the cat outside, obviously, but...
You have more than one cat, though, right?
I've been playing with the 3 cats outside.
And then you have several more in the house.
What do you mean by that? Do you mean the cat-shaped oven mitts I bought an hour ago at the thrift store? Is that what you mean?
I would accept that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we could talk about what we might name them. I
didn't know.
I don't know.
Listeners, I did not know that she bought cat-shaped oven mitts.
Oh my God. Why didn't I bring them in?
This is not a private conversation. It was just a lucky guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Are those the cats that you were
I don't know. When you said 3 cats in the yard, I was suddenly imagining that the cats have since procreated and you just have like this writhing mass of cats in your house.
That would be ideal. I mean, probably in another 30 years, that's going to be a very accurate description.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was out there with the cats and I didn't have a toy. But they're these long, dangling flower doodads, like mullein. In this case, though, I used a different flower dongle, the allium the long allium
Oh, that
stalk.
is the most tempting cat toy.
And there's a lot of them. So I plucked a bunch of those and had some cat fun.
Mhm.
And then my mind started thinking things like, you know, what if I launched my own line of like
Allium.
homegrown cat toys?
Allium cat toys.
All natural.
that
Homegrown
smell
cat
like
toys.
onion after
Yeah.
a couple days.
They love it. You have to see them play with this.
Oh, I would love to.
I'll send
can
you all the
already-
footage. I'll send you all the video footage that I took, and you can give me your notes.
Hours of fun.
Hours of it.
of study and fun.
Yeah, that's what I've been up to with those hands.
Yes. Have you been making any concoctions or anything? I know you're always making experiments.
Yes. Let's see. I did just finish making walnut syrup, black walnut syrup.
Black walnut syrup. How does one make black walnut syrup, and what do they use it on?
Great questions. Let's see. How do they make it? So you get a bunch of the black walnuts,
Okay.
and then you get an axe.
Because these black walnuts, they are in a giant
Yes.
green,
Tough,
like
nasty
mottled ball.
ball. Yes.
Yes.
Another potential cat toy
Yes.
product in my new line, future line of. Anyway, so yeah, so you get those walnuts, you get the axe or the hatchet out, and you start chopping them in half, and then you put all of that in a bucket of water,
Okay.
and you let it sit in the water for like a week at least.
To extrude the tannins.
That's right, the bitter, nasty tannins, and you change the water like every other day or something, you know.
Can you do anything with that water?
I don't know. I just threw it away. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's you probably
You could probably dye something with it.
You could do that. Yeah, I've done that. I've already done that. Yeah, so that's what you could do.
What did you choose to dye?
Some fabric, but I didn't know about mordants, the chemicals that fix the dye. So it didn't, like, you dyed it, but then I washed it and the dye went away. So yes, one failed scheme. So anyway, soak those walnuts, and when all the bad tannins are gone, then combine them with sugar and make syrup and get rid of the walnuts, and then it's just the syrup.
So you putting that on pancakes?
I'm putting it on yogurt.
Coleslaw. Forgive me.
I'm speechless. I'm just speechless. How dare you? How dare you? Yeah, yogurt. Yogurt's where it's at. Black walnut yogurt with some walnuts, like regular walnuts.
That sounds good.
Yep.
Does it have that? I always know black walnuts to have a very kind of like deep, dark, medicinal flavor. Does it have that?
Yes, I think it's kind of like nutty, woodsy. I don't know. I like when I have the black walnut syrup, I kind of feel like a squirrel. Like it makes me think I'm a squirrel. Like I'm a human squirrel. Like they're eating the nuts fresh, and I'm just having like a version of that.
Well, you had to go through so many steps just to make it remotely digestible.
Right. And think of all the work that those squirrels do.
Yeah.
Finding all those nuts, hiding them, forgetting where they hid them.
Yeah.
I read one time, or maybe I just made it up in my head, I don't know, but I think that they can't find like half of the nuts that they buried. Maybe was it you that told me? I don't know.
No, what I
Could have
told
been.
you was that when I was a kid, my mother and I were passing a squirrel, and she told me, Anja, did you know that squirrels have teeth that are strong enough to rip open your stomach? And then from that day on forward, for many years, until I was perhaps about 25 years old, whenever I saw a squirrel approaching, I would change course.
You would shiver in your boots.
Yeah.
Oh no, a squirrel. Wow. Do you feel you're past that, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
now what happens when you see a squirrel? What is your?
I don't know, just like, oh, they're cute. You know, one time a year ago, I was on a vacation in Yosemite, and there were beautiful red squirrels there.
I love the red squirrels.
And they were happy squirrels, and then there's all these people from all over the world on tours, lots of people from Australia, and there's a squirrel, and on one of the paths, all these people from Australia and Asia, they all gathered around the squirrel with their phones out. Like, it looked like the squirrel had paparazzi, because they are not used to looking at squirrels like you and I are.
Any squirrels?
Any squirrels. And they were enamored by this cute,
the red squirrels are really something.
Rodent that was hopping so high. It was just startling to them, so they had to take pictures, but the squirrel looked like it was famous the way there were so many people with phones, like, just taking pictures of it as it, like, was eating a nut or something, you know?
And they never found images of the squirrel on the internet, so they had to make sure they...
Well, it's different in real life. I mean, if you've seen platypuses, but, like, if you suddenly saw one in the street, would you not remove your phone?
I would lose my mind, Anja.
Yes.
Lose it.
That's what these people were doing.
Okay, now I see. Right,
Yes.
They've never seen it. And what joy. Yeah. If I walked out of here right now and I saw
a sloth,
like a human-sized squirrel or something, that I'd never seen, I would probably I would cancel all my plans for the day
and go the other way around the block, because if it's human-sized, it really could rip your stomach
open. That would be so special. Yeah.
To get your stomach ripped open by a human-sized squirrel.
How many nuts would that squirrel need? Can you imagine? There wouldn't be enough, like, hours in the day for them to stash the nuts enough to eat, to feed themselves.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like
they just start eating the nut tree.
I feel like we've been talking about squirrels way too long.
Okay, well, I can ask you another question.
Oh, that's fine.
Why is it so important to devote your time on seemingly unimportant things?
I'm not sure I have an answer to that. It's
because you told me a year
satisfying.
ago. The context for this question is, a year ago you told me that you are in awe of how you're just constantly finding new and more elaborate ways to fiddle away your time. And I loved it when you said that. And I have been thinking about that for a year, and I wonder what it is that is so important about doing that, because I know it's important, but I wonder what it is that is important about it.
I think it's like a game or something. Like, I'll have some wacky idea, like replacing my entire front lawn with toilet paper plants, and I don't think it's even about that. I think I'm just like, how do I get there? Like, what steps would it take to do that? And then, because often when I've like reached the end point of whatever the scheme is, then I'm like, I'm ready to find a new one. It's not even like I mean, some of the things I've seen you do is, going foraging for nuts in parks, smashing them for their nut meats, soaking them, grinding them down into a nut flour. You have crocheted balls. Oh yeah, I'll be like, I should crochet a hammock or something. It's so implausible. Why would I need to do that?
When it is so easy to acquire a hammock.
It is, but
yes,
it's very unfulfilling to buy stuff.
Yes.
It's so quick, and the thing is, you're always going to be wanting more, whether you buy the hammock or you spend like 8 years crocheting it.
Did you make the hammock? Are you going to?
No. I mean, it's still, it's still back in my mind. I'm not ready to let it go.
I think you will. I think it's just a very daunting task.
It's not like an immediate need. There's other more immediate needs, like the walnuts and all that.
Do you have anything coming up after the walnuts?
I might get some plums.
And what will you do with plums? Are these wild plums?
Yeah, wild plums.
Okay.
And I'll probably just freeze them. My freezer's just full of fruits that I picked and I froze. I'll worry about it in the winter, you know.
Do you catch up with the fruit, or is it just more and more like would you like it if I came over and helped you get rid of it?
You want some of the fruits?
Not necessarily, but like I'm just like wondering what the level of amassing is. I mean, I could.
I'm very tempted by where you're going with this, because it sounds like you're suggesting some scheme, like
I'm not suggesting anything.
What would we do together with the fruit?
Right. Oh, yes. Well, I mean, obviously there are jams. There's face paint.
Face paint?
Yeah, we could make fruit face paint.
Is that a thing, or did you just make that up?
I just made it up.
That's fun. Yeah. Some of them are very
edible
dark.
Face paint.
Cherries. Edible face paint. You know what? I've been wanting to make cat paint. Non-toxic cat paint. Yeah.
That cats can paint with?
Yeah. I have this book
Why
called
Cats Paint.
Why Cats Paint. You know what I'm talking about.
I've seen that book.
Yeah. Oh, it's just a glorious book. Why Cats Paint. And my question is, why do my cats not paint yet? And it's because I need to get them some paint. But it's got to be edible, non-toxic cat paint. Yeah.
Have you, can you give our listeners an assignment to keep them busy on a pointless task? And ideally, this is a task that you have done before. What is one way they can fiddle away their time in a pleasing manner?
Pleasing manner?
Yes.
Oh, God. I don't know. Oh, that really depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
How about, let's take you for an example.
Okay, what should I do?
Oh, boy. Tell me something that you're struggling with right now.
Well, you know what? I'll come up with the assignment this week, I guess. I'm assigning that you find all of your decorative pillows and buttons in the house that have lost their buttons, and you spend an evening sewing buttons back onto where they have fallen. Mending, because I need a mending night, because I
need a mending night,
and I have things I have to mend that I don't. They just sit there looking dilapidated because I never feel I have time to mend.
That's not a very fun, pointless task. We need to redirect this.
Yes,
that's a chore.
That is a chore. Yes.
And I don't like chores.
Thank you for clarifying.
You just have to do them.
Yeah. No. What is a pointless task?
It's something that would make something that just grabs you, and you just can't let it go.
Sometimes it's fun to take sticks when you're out walking, all sorts of sticks and things you find on the sidewalk, and when you're done, to arrange them into a temporary sculpture on the sidewalk.
Yes. What about gathering the sticks? Okay, hold on, let me back up. Did you ever play that stick game, the pickup stick game?
Oh, yeah, I forget. It's just called pickup sticks.
Pickup sticks. How do you feel about that game?
I felt like...
Did you pick up the sticks?
It was a good game. It definitely felt like one of those vestiges of a simpler time that our parents grew up with, and they wanted to instill in us, but it felt blaringly out of place in the 90s when you could play with GAC or watch TV or play Nintendo, and it was pickup sticks.
Maybe. Okay, since you're already picking up the sticks, and that's where I like to start with these pointless endeavors, start with something you're already kind of doing. You're picking up the sticks, so maybe you need to bring those sticks home and make something from the sticks. It sounds like it's not going to be your own pickup sticks game.
Okay.
But maybe you...
So these are sticks that you find when you're out walking.
Find some sticks when you're out walking. Mm-hmm. What could you make at home with them?
You could whittle them. You could get a knife.
That's definitely going to take some time.
Yeah, and you can whittle them. And you don't want to lose the stick altogether. You don't want to break the stick when you're whittling, because that's always the risk. But you want to whittle the sticks into decorations that make sense to you.
Yeah. So how I would approach this pointless stick thing is I'd be like, all right, I don't know what I'm going to do with these sticks, but I know that whittling and sanding and all this nonsense is going to take up some good time in the day. And, you know, they're completely your sticks other than growing the tree that made them.
That's a really good, I like that assignment, listeners.
Yeah.
Pick up sticks.
Maybe whittle at them for a really long time. See just how long it takes you to get that stick looking good.
Yeah, to know when it's done. You'll know when it's done.
That's always going to take longer than you think.
Yeah. Okay, so we're winding down on time here. I have a very important question to ask you.
Yes.
And what are your thoughts on astrology?
I don't think about it.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like astrology.
Yeah. This was one of those topics, kind of like coleslaw. But I guess I'm willing to say some things, but I have to be careful.
Why?
Because I might say things I don't want to say.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm really happy. So just like football, which I also don't think about, I am very happy for all the people that have
So
that.
astrology is in the same category as football for you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What else is in this category?
You know, I would say coleslaw, but I don't. Coleslaw is just like in a hatred category. But this is more of a category of like, I just prefer not to think about it.
Yes. Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. I prefer not to think about
Or really any sports.
Yeah.
Except volleyball.
Yeah, what makes volleyball a good sport?
Because I'm playing it.
Why do you like volleyball?
Because I get to run around and try to keep this ball off the ground, and my friends are there, and yeah, you just got to keep that ball.
Now,
in the
you
air.
had some very negative things to say about bowling when I went
did
bowling
not.
with you.
Oh, how dare you?
You said that you don't like
Negative.
the turnaround when you bowl.
That's
and then you
right.
turn around and then you feel like the crowd has to cheer.
Every time. Or like the bowler, you know, they do their bowling thing and then they turn around, they have to have some kind of performance. To me, it feels like a performance space.
Yes.
And but that's just me, you know.
Well, speaking of performance spaces, I want to thank you for sitting in the window of Riverwest Radio with me, with people walking past, talking on live radio, having a private public conversation with me.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I'm gonna play the outro song now. Thank you for listening to Anja Asks Anybody. This was Victoria Robison.